Weirdest purchases made by NFL player. There is absolutely no doubt that the NFL is one of the most exciting places to look out for in terms of sports, be it the compelling style of play, lineups, or the rivalries between different teams. NFL is quite the exciting thing. Be that as it may, with the absolutely amazing amount of money earned by the players in the NFL, the purchases made by them may also amazingly shock you. You would be surprised to know some of the weirdest things owned by the following NFL players. Stick with us till the end to know all about the most ridiculous and expensive purchases made by some very well-known players. We hope that you find these weird purchases interesting. Without wasting any more time, let us get right into it. Drew Brees. As former quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, this player has some quite interesting purchases to his name. One of the things he is most passionate about is owning multiple restaurant franchises. This must surely come as a shocker to you. Doesn't make it any less weirdly interesting, doesn't it? With time, every player has to retire from their sport, and keeping that in mind, Drew has made sure to ensure his future earnings by owning multiple restaurant franchises. He has also mentioned how franchising is a less complex approach to owning a business than starting from scratch. If you thought that this was the only weird thing he owned, you are mistaken, as it's not just coins that Drew collects. He is also very much invested in a winery called Brees Family Winery. According to its website, the idea of launching this winery came into Drew's mind when Drew, along with his wife Brittany, visited Napa Valley and became mesmerized by the beauty of that region, as well as the art of winemaking, which was also backed by the fact about how his family has helped promote a great cause before through their Chardonnay brewery. We may have more things to tell you about in this video. Stick with us till the end to know it all and more. Russell Wilson. Playing as a quarterback for the Denver Broncos and previously for the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson is known for his diverse interests. In addition to football, he has invested in a tech startup that goes by the name of TraceMe, where he interacts with his fans while helping them get an insight into all on his professional life on a daily basis. In an interview with GQ, he mentioned how he has always loved watches. He also mentions how he has a few rare watches in his collection as well. It does not stop there. His expenditures extend beyond just watches and startups. He is also known for his philanthropic contributions, particularly with the Seattle Children's Hospital. In an interview with the hospital's website, he mentioned how he has always had a passion for working with kids, and how the Seattle Children's Hospital is doing very important work. He also mentioned how he is very proud of being involved with them. Aaron Rodgers. The quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, he is known for his love of top-of-the-line luxury vehicles. In an interview with the Players Tribune, he mentioned how he has always been a car guy and how he has a few cars that he loves, followed by mentioning two of the cars in his collection, like his 1967 Corvette Stingray and his Mercedes-Benz Maybach Exelero. It doesn't stop at cars. Aaron is also a very big fan of guitars. In an interview with Yahoo Sports, he said how he has been playing the guitar for a long time and that he also owns a few rare guitars in his collection. And to specify the same, he mentions the two of his most precious rare guitars, which were the Fender Stratocaster made in the 1950s and the Gibson ES-335, which was made in the 1960s. For guitars to startups and luxury cars, does anything seem out of place yet? If not, then wait for this next player's weird purchases. Tom Brady. The quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he is well known globally for his impressive athletic career. What may shock you is that he is also infamous for his quirky purchases. One of his most weird purchases is his collections of Ugg boots. In an interview, he explained how he has been wearing these Ugg boots for a long time and how they are very comfortable for him. He then continued to mention how he has been wearing them more often than not. He has been wearing them since he was 13. He even decided to give the Ugg boots to his teammates after winning the Super Bowl back in 1950. He did this to show some love to his teammates in the harsh Boston winter. He gifted each of the 53 players a pair of Ugg boots. Till now, it has been shoes, guitars, franchises, and stuff, which may still not be that weird. But now, we will take it up a notch and tell you all about some wild and weird purchases. Let us get right into it. Darnell Dockett. When it comes to weird purchases, what is the weirdest according to you? Well, to start, how about an alligator? the former Arizona Cardinals defensive end player Darnell Dockett may just have one of the weirdest purchases ever. In an interview with Vice, he explains as he got older, he wanted to step out into the world and try and acquire exotic animals. He also mentions how normally people will have animals like fish and dogs as pets. And similarly, he also wanted to keep an alligator as a pet. This was due to his affinity towards things that keep you on the edge. Michael Vick. Coming up next, on the weirdest purchases ever made, this former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback might just come close to Darnell when it comes to weird purchases. Vick is known for spending over $85 on a fish pond. Yes, you heard that right. And that's not all he spent on. He went above and beyond to spend another $50,000 on landscaping. This might be atrocious in terms of spending, but this was much before his time in prison. Chad Ochocinco Johnson. This former football player is another one on the list for the weirdest purchase ever. Taking his team name a bit too literally, this former Cincinnati Bengals player is known for buying a Bengal tiger. Yes, you heard it right. He owns a Bengal tiger. Typically, we would know of some rich people that buy exotic pets like lion cubs and tigers, right? But an NFL player with a tiger purchase? Now we are certain that Chad here is one of the very rare players to do so. As wittily named stripes, the Bengal Tigers may just be one of the rarest ones to exist as owned by an NFL player. Odell Beckham Jr. This former wide receiver for the New York Giants and currently not playing under any of the NFL teams is very well known for his extravagant purchases. Being the highest paid wide receiver ever, his extravagant purchases do make some sense to the general public. However, does spending almost 5 digits worth of money on a pair of shoes make sense? To you it may not, but to Odell, it surely does. Back in 2020, Odell purchased the most expensive pair of Chuck Taylor shoes ever, without even getting a moment of shock when he heard they cost over $20,000. And all the value for this pair is as set by the artist who created these, not by retail value. This pair of shoes was one that Odell never expected to have, as his long obsessions with sneakers since childhood didn't seem to fade away at all. In conclusion, NFL players have a wide variety of interests and purchases that may seem unusual to the average person. From exotic animals to fish ponds, these players know how to spend their millions. While some of these purchases may seem frivolous to some, it's important to remember that these players have worked hard to earn their wealth and are free to spend it as they see fit. And who knows, maybe some of these items will become valuable collectibles in the future. Regardless of how you feel, it's always interesting to see how people with wealth and influence choose to spend their money. And with the NFL being one of the most popular sports leagues in the world, it's no surprise that its players have some of the most interesting and unique purchases out there. What would you buy if you had money like these NFL players do? Let us know down in the comment section.